Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another Market Mates episode. It's good to be back live with you guys as we are every single day. Craig, mate, how are you today on this Wednesday morning? Is it Wednesday today? Tuesday today.
Tuesday today. Happy Tuesday, everyone. G mates. Yeah, dude, I'm all right. Had a good night's sleep. Sounds a bit different to you. Yeah, I'd got some weird dreams, man. Some real weird dreams, but I'll take them. At least I was asleep. But no, I'm good. I woke up and saw these heaps of drama, dude. Heaps. I was like, whoa, okay. It's probably a good day.
I love the drama. Yeah.
Yeah. How are you, my man? I hear you didn't have the greatest sleep, Greeny.
No, sadly, I woke up at like 3 with a bit of reflux. Then I think because I'm like, we're buying a house and I'm stressing about other things and it's bear market and whatnot, like my brain was busy. So I didn't end up sleeping again till like, I don't know, 5 or 4, like 4:50 or something. So I read Craig. So at least I went on my phone for a little bit. I won't lie. I did go on my phone. I checked price and it was quite bearish and replied to a couple of people in GTG. It was only for about 5 minutes. And I was like, okay, that's a silly habit. Put my phone away and then went and read for like a good hour and a bit. So look, my book's great. I am enjoying this fantasy book, but I also, would love to get back into my sleep routine. My doggo, and I think it's a bit warmer as well. So I can't wait to get back in. I value sleep so highly. And I think I need to get back into more exercise too. It'll allow me to feel more rested and allow me to probably sleep more deeply than I have been lately. So that's probably the goal of the coming weeks, is to focus more intently on that, Craig. So yeah, it's a shame, but hey, look, it is what it is. When we start a family, I'm sure we'll probably have disrupted sleep, but that's a different cause. It's kind of nice to think that you have a baby, right?
It's something a lot cuter.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, oh yeah, okay, I'll wake up for you. You're a human. That's fair. not your own brain. So
yeah.
No, I mean, the market looks pretty horrible still. Market still looks pretty horrible out there, Craig. We're breaking down below 65K again overnight. We're sweeping lows that we swept yesterday. And Hyperliquid is now below $27, like we spoke about for weeks. We predicted Hyperliquid would go lower. Okay, that's how it works, guys. And oh my God, YouTube, add a quiz. You can add a quiz to your uploads now on YouTube. How randomly, I'm just doing that right now on the side. GM to you, Gabe, good to see you. It's been a while since I've seen you, Gabe, on the channel. Good to see you, legend. And Brad, GM to you, legend as well. And GM to everyone else who is tuning in. We'll get straight into it, Craig. Anything else? How you feeling? You doing all right? You doing good? You good?
Yeah, dude, I'm good, man. Everything's pretty steady with my life, so that's quite a nice thing, actually. When your own life's steady, you can build a bit easier, can't you? Versus if you've got external stress like a house and stuff, makes when you're a business owner especially, it's quite stressful, isn't it? And then you add a bear market and money goes down. It's like, I mean, even for me though, with prices going down, it's not the most amazing feeling. But it's something, unfortunately, it's part of the job. Like every other job has its ups and downs, so does this one. And unfortunately, one of the downs is called a bear market, and it can last a year or more. So it's a bit different to other jobs, isn't it? Where you might have a bad day or bad week. So I guess it's about how you frame it in your mind is really important. And I put out a lot of posts yesterday, and we can talk about this, I think, a bit more, because I think it's important. But seeing people lose their minds on the timeline, dude, is, I know this is bear market stuff, but hopefully you and me can start to guide people in a better direction other than pointing fingers and blaming and stuff like that, and taking control of your own finances rather than putting it in the hands of some retards out there, dude, that have really hurt people. And obviously we can talk about a lot about that, but I think responsibility goes a long way. And unfortunately, I think we're in that time of the bear market now where it's sort of capitulation and anger starts to come into it. And with anger comes blame and unhappiness and all that stuff. The fear and greed index is nice and low. So look, I'll shut up for a sec, Greeny. We can get into it and we can cover all that shortly.
Yeah, well, I mean, the main, let me bring this one up. We'll start with this. Where is it? That one. Okay. And make sure the volume's turned down in case we have a video. So again, huge market-wide capitulation, guys. It continues to drop slowly. I think this is the important part here is we've been talking for a while about a bubble popping, and the Mag 7 has already corrected. We're seeing top stocks now very much show a lot of weakness. This is probably going to be a common occurrence over the next sort of 18 months slash 2 years. I would say potentially the next 6 months as well is a corrective period. Like everything is so overbought. Like in my opinion, everything's like in a bubble, and it's no surprise to wake up to this news most mornings during a week now, Craig, where there's a market-wide correction. I mean, I'm growing the beard out in a bear market. Like, this is the longest my beard's been in in that since I traveled. So I need to sharpen up a bit, get back into a bit of a better mindset and visual space as well. But yeah, the market, Craig, it's no surprise to see this. And I don't know, like I don't know for you, like we've spoken extensively in the past couple of weeks around AI, the shift over there, companies that have good revenue / business opportunity and whatnot. So I think there will be opportunity to come, but again, you're not buying these sort of assets at these levels, in my opinion. Like unless you're looking at like a 20-year plus horizon, I think you're stupid. I think you're pretty dumb to be looking at assets like this right now. Now, not always is that, like, again, not financial advice, but more to the point of just be careful, because I do think a lot of these things are very overextended.
Yeah, I agree. And I mean, you could, like, I guess to go on with what you were saying, this is probably not the greatest time to buy.
No.
Just because I don't think we're going to see a bounce from here. Well, it's just really what the trend is, isn't it? That's probably what we more go back to, is the trend. Well, and the trend, you can buck trends for a moment in time. Maybe you'll get a green day, might even get a green week. But I think with the trend going down, unless you're actively trading, as you said before, the 5-minute chart, the 15-minute chart, maybe the hour chart, you're probably going to end up having to ride this lower. So I'm not a buyer. I'm a buyer in about a year, perhaps with maybe 2 years with stocks and things like that, because I think there's lower to go. And I think we've spoken about this. I think Bitcoin probably front ran these a little bit. Yeah. And I think these will continue to trend down. I think eventually metals will trend down. I think metals might have bounced a bit today, if I'm reading correctly, but I still think everything's coming down. Everything's going to have a bear market. We're in a bear market for crypto at the moment, but I'm not sure the equities market has at that point yet. They will probably start to enter a bear market, and then it's going to be real doom and gloom, man. Because then there's going to be nobody on the timeline who's going to go, "Ha ha! I told you to pivot here," because everything you could pivot to will be down, but down from all-time high. Remember, so metals hit all-time high, equities hit all-time high. Some currencies, Aussie dollars going well. I listened to a Barnaby chat with Carl Stefanovic last night. That was pretty good, man. Carl Stefanovic's doing some good interviews, by the way.
Yeah, I saw he's doing his own podcast. I popped up on my algo the other day. Yeah,
he's pulled away from the mainstream media a little bit, and I kind of like his takes. They're a bit more.
That's smart.
I was going to say it's left field, but it's not. It's more right, which is more the middle now.
Yeah.
But anyway, enough about Big Carl, who I do quite enjoy. I think the time for buying is not yet. I mean, I'm not interested in stocks. Bitcoin has my interest quite soon. Give me about a 5 to 8% move. Sup, Rocky? 60K, brother. 60K is where I start to accumulate again. I've had to be patient. I know a few people said to me, "Oh, you missed a 60K buy. It's at 68 now, whatever it was. You missed it, Craig." And I was like, no. No, we've got a year for me to get this right, dude. And a year's plenty of time for me to see 60K, especially when we're noodling, as Greeny would say, around 64. But we can bring up the Bitcoin chart in a minute. It looks pretty diabolical. Like, it looks heavy. It looks like it's got a lot of weight on its back to me. And it looks like we're going to see 60 probably fairly soon, dude. So look, we'll talk about a rally. We could see a recovery. I know you put a post up. We could see a bounce 68, 69. Could see a bounce heavier. But I think as we spoke about, the trend is trending down on high time frames. So go to your weekly, it's trending down. Go to your monthly, it's trending down. 3 monthly, it's trending down. So my advice is patience, man. Patience. We've got plenty of time. And I think that's probably I find a bit of comfort in that. Yeah, and what I mean by that is the bear market's so fast that if you don't take action, like if I said, or you said, "Craig, we're at a important level here, we could see a good bounce," I've probably got to get on there and probably buy pretty quickly. I think with these prices going down, time is on your side finally. So
absolutely, yeah.
I'm enjoying the pace. Also, I'm able to connect with more people has been nice to do. So just connecting to people, DMs, seeing who's out there, seeing a bit of NFT art come back to the forefront. We can talk about in a sec, but obviously when Bitcoin dumps, bro, everything suffers. So as much as NFTs want a bit of a run, if Bitcoin dumps below 60, we're going to be in pain. But let's talk about this chart, dude. There has been a few chats, and we can talk about this in a sec. And I think we have spoken about this. People are alluding to the fact this is similar to another point in time when we bounced quite heavily. One was in a bear market, one was in a bull market. Sorry, what that picture they take was in a bull market. Now we're in a bear market, very different scenario. And I know you've spoken a bit on this as well. So timing's really key for looking at TA as well, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I mean, like if we take a look, I would argue we're probably in this period here, right? Where we have that first sort of corrective period, a bear flag continuation pattern after being a very aggressive volatile move, which is what happened in 2022 and also happened more recently. Probably was even more aggressive more recently. There's more leverage in the ecosystem of crypto, so it makes sense it's going to be more volatile. That's how it works, right? The market cap might be more mature because it's higher in market cap, but because of where price is, okay, and how much leverage and how many derivatives there are and how much fake Bitcoin technically is on all these exchanges, right? It naturally will go faster to the downside. So if we do have a look at this, Craig, I would say, yeah, we still probably likely have at least one or two more moves to the downside. So I said this to GTG this morning. I easily see us hitting probably, I mean, the 50K range is inevitable for me. It's do we hit the 40K region? And I would say yes. I think we probably get there. I'm more confident in that happening now. I think I put a tweet up, a very extensive tweet last night. I'd highly recommend people go and read it about my bear market bottom prediction. I'm not going to dive into it on stream, but basically price from where we are today. So where price is today on the 56th percentile of the monthly stochastic momentum. Okay, it's a great indicator to use on high time frames. It doesn't predict the bottom. That's the important part here. But what we noticed is from where it is today, each cycle has actually had diminishing returns of time to where price actually puts in a bottom for stochastic and price itself. So 60 days reduction each back on the last 3 cycles. So inevitably, that means that we're probably sitting at around a 215-day period from today, which would see us sort of put in a low on this monthly stochastic in around September this year. Now, price historically does dump and hit a bear market low, usually about a month to 4 months before monthly stochastic crosses back bullish down in that 20th percentile range, which is where something is oversold. So for me specifically on this, I look at this and I go, well, likely we probably see a bottom between June and probably August is probably the range that I'm looking at for a Bitcoin price bottom. Now, again, this is pending, as I detail in this long tweet, this is pending any black swan events, the whole market correcting because the bubble's correcting over a long period of time. So this is just purely based on analysis. However, Cappy was really questioning me, like, Greeny, what happens if we see a stock market collapse or a full market correction? Well, I was like, well, crypto's already dumped. Stocks haven't technically dumped at all. They're still at all-time highs pretty much. So for me, crypto often front runs moves. So crypto front run the bull market from 23 to 25. And then more recently, we've seen everything else catch up. Crypto then dumped in late 25 into 2026, which we prepared for inside GTG. So we were ready for that move. And naturally, I could see that crypto bottoms before the rest of the markets actually bottom in the coming years. So for me, there's an opportunity where I wouldn't necessarily classify it as an extended bear market. I would classify it as a extended reaccumulation period, Craig. So what I mean by that is what we've done a lot this cycle that we haven't done in the past. Okay, we made a pre-halving all-time high. We dumped more aggressively than we did even in the more recent bear cycle of 2022. The lesson here being, what happens if we dump more aggressively still, but we spend a lot longer, okay, in a reaccumulation pattern, okay? So what I mean by that is price struggles to get above a key level for a long, long time. Now, if you go back and look at this is my first bear cycle, okay, way back in 2018, when I first became a teacher, a qualified teacher back in 2019, okay, I was just buying Bitcoin and Ethereum every single week, $100 of each for weeks on weeks on weeks on end, because we were going through such an extended period of a reaccumulation period, okay? So whilst a lot of people might define that as a bear cycle, a bear period, a bear market, I would agree with that. I would say it's not technically a bear market anymore. It's a reaccumulation period of assets in general, okay? And then you go from, we usually go through a bear market corrective period, you go through a reaccumulation period, which is usually a range, and then you have a bull market impulsive move to the upside. Usually 80% of the time price goes sideways or within a range, okay? A range could be like a bull flag, a range could be a bear flag, okay? And only 20% of the time do you see price actually go impulsively to the upside or to the downside. So for me, looking at this chart, I could easily see something like this happen. And this had a black swan. We had COVID here. One would argue is if we didn't have COVID here, we probably like this is where we would have gone, right? Like months in advance. So this is a great example of potentially what if the real estate market is going to collapse in 2026, 2027, if stocks are very overextended, if the affordability crisis in Australia, US, UK, Canada continues to be an emphasis, well, then people won't have money to invest in risk on assets, right? So for me, you could easily see a period where price doesn't go out of a range for over 1,000 days. And that's a 3-year plus period, right? So, or around a 3-year period. So I could easily see that happening. And I don't really see Bitcoin putting in new all-time highs until 2029. I think the bear market lows are hitting in around June to August this year, but I think you will have ample time to accumulate. And I likely would say Bitcoin puts in a new all-time high in 2029.
I concur.
that was a big ramble, but hey, let's unpack that. Go, you go.
No, look, that's similar to how I'm feeling. I think the good news for the viewers and for myself and for possibly you, just to go on with what you said, I don't think, like if you look at COVID there, it didn't actually put in a bigger low. It just perhaps extended the low. Yes. I actually agree with you. I think it may not be, and we've said this before, a price-based capitulation. I think we're at that point now. We're in capitulation now. Can we go lower? Yes. I put a tweet out 6 to 9 months ago saying 36K bottom for Bitcoin, and people laughed their heads off, bro. Like, I'll bring up the tweet. It's a classic because I did it so long ago that people weren't even thinking bear market. And this is where I think you and me are different to a lot of other investors. We're looking forward a year. I was looking forward a year then, and I wasn't that number there. I was kind of taking the mickey, or we say that in Australia, mickey. I wonder if Americans know that one, taking the piss. But I actually wasn't. I was just basing that on prior pullbacks. So for me, seeing a price in the 40s for Bitcoin is not crazy talk, dude. Not even close to crazy talk. No. I think the issue is going to be, and the thing that probably is the scariest part, if you want to make money in crypto, e.g. you and me and the viewers, how long for in that range? And where can you find opportunity during that time? Now, we saw in the bear market 22 going on to 23, there are runners. There are runners that are going to come. So even though the bear market is sometimes a tough time for everyone, you will see runners, guys. So Bitcoin puppets, selected meme coins, things like that. So it's not like the bear market is void of all opportunities. They're just fewer, but I think the opportunities are probably more obvious. So I don't mind that. I'm certainly not going to enjoy seeing Bitcoin, sit at 40K for a year to 2 years. That for me will even require a bit of mental fortitude, dude. Like I'm gonna have to do a bit of self-talk during that time. But look, I've done it before. I'll do it again. And I'm still a big believer in Bitcoin, and I'm starting to see signs of a bottom forming in the way of people's mentality saying, like Clavicular putting out a post, he said Bitcoin shite. It's like, dude, calling that in a bear market, you're a complete cuck. Like, anyway, I won't even talk about him. He doesn't deserve the airtime.
No,
brother.
Who gives all these idiots clout? Like, who seriously gives all these people?
Spoken to a girl before. I need people to show them how to.
Dude, it's and if you waste your time watching people like that, it's more of a reflection. You're like, what a waste of life. Let me just say,
I'll give you guys. I'll give all our viewers a real good guide on how to speak to girls. You know what you do, guys? You go up and say hi. That's the best pickup line I've ever found. Say hi. It works pretty well. Anyway, enough about that noodle. Look, I think sorry, going back to my point, I'm seeing people now question Bitcoin's use. I saw a post go up yesterday. I can't remember who it was. And they said something like Bitcoin isn't going to gain traction if it's not used for buying everyday goods. Now, I should have gone back to that. I need to find that post to absolutely slaughter them because I can't remember the last time I went to the grocery store and paid with gold, bro. Do you? When's the last time you used gold to pay for anything? I've never in my life. In my life. I don't know anybody in my life, I've been on this earth for 40 years, that's ever handed over a gold nugget to pay for anything. So that for me is the most retarded comment. Bitcoin doesn't need to be used for daily transactions. That's not the purpose. It's a flight to safety to avoid the erosion of inflation, which it's done extremely effectively since its inception. In fact, it's done it the best in any asset ever in the world. So people that are saying stuff like that, I just don't think they get it. They don't. Bitcoin's a life raft. It's not for going down to the supermarket and buying some bread with Bitcoin. I don't think that's the point. Look at look at things like XRP if you want speed of transaction. Solana is probably a better. I pay for bills in Solana or USDC Sol. That's yeah. Sometimes, well, for BPay you can do it. Through Bitrefill. I'm still waiting. Bitrefill, Greenie and I are waiting for your sponsorship, guys. I've been waiting a long time for that too. You said you'd get back to me and you haven't, so I'm going to fudge you in a minute. But no, I just think when you start to see comments like that come out, for me, I'm like, here we go. To be honest, those are the comments we need to have for me to feel we're at a bottom. When people lose hope, when people no longer believe in the asset, and just from a fundamental, just don't get Bitcoin. And I think that's okay, because it's going to give people like you and me and the viewers here a great buying opportunity. And look, it may take longer than we like Subcuso. It may take longer than we like to see upside, but patience, in my experience, pays very, very, very well. In fact, patience for me in this last bull run, the last bear into last bull, paid me the most money I've ever been paid by being patient. It really did. I could catch meme coin plays, which were fantastic. We called ordinals. None of that really compares for me to the Bitcoin gains I had because of the size. So I'm getting more bullish now, seeing these comments come out. And once Bitcoin finally breaks below 60, I actually am starting to feel good about it. And unfortunately, we're just going to have to weather. And I feel bad for the viewers out there, because you're going to get bombarded with news articles why your investments were bad. You're going to get bombarded by people saying Bitcoin's a scam. You could get influencers are going to say similar stuff. You just don't get it, who are tourists here. And it's going to be quite hard mentally to survive. So guys, remember why you bought it, make a plan and be patient, and you will probably make money. Unless Bitcoin behaves differently to it's done every other time, we're going to be okay. So I'm going to assume Bitcoin's going to behave in a similar fashion. Yes, it may be extended bear market. It might be longer, but I'm going to put a bet on Greenie. I think we go higher. And do we break a new all-time high? Don't know. But I figure if I buy it at 30, 40, 50K, even if we go to just 100K, dude, I'll take it. I'm gonna size in. I'm gonna size in big, man. So yeah, I think patience is probably my takeaway. And it's gonna suck, and no one has patience, but it's what pays the best.
No, I love that idea. I mean, Kyra makes a really good point here. It's a shame that and I agree with him. Like, I feel bad for this generation, because their role models are literally like this Clavicula, a random dude who's just popped up, Andrew Tate. It's just,
well, they're just gym bros. Gym bros.
I feel so sorry for society, man. Like, these are the people that you see.
That's your heroes.
Oh, it's crazy. Like, it's very different.
Marlon Brando, man, smoking a ciggy and kicking some ass. Now it's a bunch of soft, couldn't rock a jellyfish, man. These guys are idiots. Don't follow them financial advice, guys, please. Like, please. You don't have to follow us, but do not follow them. Like, please.
No, please. Exactly. All right, moving on to the next topic, Craig. I'll let you do this one first. Major investigation from Zach XBT. For those people that maybe don't know who Zach XBT is, he is he was scammed in crypto a long time ago. Now he investigates scams on chain. Major investigation dropping in 2 days' time on one of the crypto's most profitable businesses, where multiple employees abused internal data to inside trade over a prolonged period of time. Obviously, it hasn't disclosed. There's a polymarket bet currently going on. As you can see here, World Liberty Finance, Pump.Farm, Binance, Coinbase. I would argue there's a lot that should be on this list that aren't on this list. And I would actually say that I don't think World Liberty Financial has been around long enough for Zach to worry about it personally. Hyperliquid was rumored, but he went after Hyperliquid more recently, and that seemed to be squashed. So what about other exchanges, Craig? What is your take on this? What do you think is... Like, Binance comes to the forefront of mind, but then you've got other exchanges like MEXC. You've got other exchanges like there's this a lot of crime that happens around the globe. You've got this Polymarket and Kalshi insiders trading. Like, we've seen that more recently with prediction markets, but they're not obviously listed on the list. you would have to assume this is probably a juggernaut. So you would have to assume it's probably going to be one of those top ones, whether it's Binance, Coinbase, World Liberty Finance, someone at the top. Profitable is the key word here. I mean, most business, like, could be pump fun. We don't know. Could be pump fun. What do you think? What do you think?
It's a tricky one. Maybe today's show's brought to you by the letter B, man. It ends in Inance. CZ, you dirty dog. Look, we all know he's up to shady shit. I don't know if it's Binance, man, but I mean, I'm only catching up with this now. We obviously woke up a couple of hours ago for Greeny and I. It's for the Americans in the room. We literally wake up and we're like, holy crap, what's happening in the world?
Dude, what is happening overnight? Yeah, it's
crazy. Hard. It's really hard. The limited amount of information I have on this, obviously someone's insider trading and betting against their own people or customers on their platform. I dare say exchanges have done this for a while. They've got the order books in front of them.
Yeah.
If you've got a cheat sheet in front of you, how strong are you as a human not to counter trade it?
Exactly.
Because we've seen just average Joes do dodgy stuff on the timeline. Very few people are innocent of this, right?
Yeah.
The top dogs, they're humans too. They make mistakes. We've seen this happen in government many, many times. Who do I think it is? I mean, the way he's alluding to this here, it must be someone pretty big, and he says they're profitable. So, dude, I partly lean towards prediction markets. Easy one to do this on, dude. Like, prediction markets, it's either prediction markets or it's an exchange who've got the perp starter in front of them, the books.
I would have assumed so too, but as Cairo says here, I would agree. World Liberty Finance have been deleting tweets. Eric Trump has been deleting tweets. So we actually like it. I honestly, I think there is so much crime in that family. They're building a bloody tower in the Gold Coast with their name on it. Are you serious?
Yes, I will stay there. I will stay there. I'll stay in the penthouse. Let's go. Yeah, my wife told me last night.
Oh, dude, it's horrendous. I mean, that's a whole nother conversation we can have at a later date about Australian property and overseas investors, and they're killing the common Australian trying to get into the property, right? But anyways, look, World Liberty Finance seems to be the hot runner right now due to the evidence that's happening in real time. I would argue it's more likely that I would assume it would be an exchange. I think prediction markets probably haven't been around long enough. Pump Fund has been around long enough that it could be on there, but I think I don't think Elon, they haven't launched the airdrop. So I think he's quite business focused. And probably wouldn't inside like they've made billions. Like, I don't think he would worry, you know.
I don't think they need to.
No, I don't think that's a good point. Yeah, they don't need to.
Cards like us bidding on meme coins that go to zero. It's the perfect business model. You literally have coins launch, you take a cut, and you have to do nothing.
Exactly. Yeah.
I don't see why they would, because greed maybe is an answer to that, but I just know that's lowish on my radar. Dude, it's not good though, is it? Like, it's not good because whichever names I say, they're big.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say prediction markets, but maybe you're right. Maybe they haven't been around long enough. If that is the case, it's going to be an exchange. And if it's an exchange, who would be your top three, Greeny? Just so we're not picking on anyone.
You go first.
I'm scared to in case they want to partner with us. No, top three. Binance. Where do we go from there? It gets slippery.
Okay, there's a few things. Like, I partner with a lot of exchanges. I work with exchanges. Not all exchanges are safe. That's an important lesson. I partner with exchanges to create opportunity. Okay, people in certain countries can't trade on certain exchanges, so I often loosely partner with those exchanges if they're lower down the tier ranks, because it allows other people in other countries to get opportunities to have a trading competition. Blah blah blah. If you look, like, you can go and look at the safety. I mean, we can pull it up. Hold on. I'll pull it up. You can look at the safety scores of exchanges. Let me see if I can find it. Oh my God. Here we go. I would say, based on what we read, I mean, this is so interesting. Like, trust score, like, again, you can't, who knows? Trust score is built on what? Like, liquidity, often, like cold storage. It's not necessarily what the actions are of. I mean, let me zoom in so you guys can actually see that. Can I change this to a different? Can I change it? Yeah, there we go. Now we're talking there. Now we're talking. Here we go. So if you generally trust scores of an exchange are built on liquidity and cold storage of those assets, right? It doesn't necessarily mean the behavior or the insider trading or the manipulation that might occur behind the scenes that we don't even know. And hopefully the Clarity Act will give us a bit of insight. So for me, like I trade on Bybit, and I'm very confident to trade on Bybit. I prefer Bybit to Binance. Bybit did have a hack. I think it was a year ago or 2 years ago, but they handled it very well. And they got like, it was all sweet, right? So I was like, okay, well, that's great to know. Coinbase is extremely expensive. They continue to freeze multiple people's accounts. The fees that you pay to withdraw or to trade is crazy, and their spreads are also crazy. So personally, I would never, even if I was in the US, I would do anything to try and onboard, offboard outside of Coinbase. That's why OKX, and that's why we partner with them. I think OKX is a very safe exchange. They are great. I agree. From a security and a safety standpoint, Kraken is very much coming up the ranks for sure. More recently, I used BitGet last cycle. I haven't used them in a long time. I don't really want to use Binance. I just think there's too much. I know the liquidity is great and whales to use Binance, but a lot of whales move off other exchanges to other exchanges due to issues that they have or liquidity or whatever it is, right? So people are always moving. I mean, like this is saying that Mexi has a 9 and Gate has a 9. Like I've used all of these exchanges. I mean, I used HTX last cycle. I used Bitfinex. Like these are way too high. Like these are way too high in my opinion. Like these used to be way lower. So again, if you look into just shadiness, I don't want to call them out either, but I would say some of these
lower. 8, bro, from me. I'm going to give Binance an 8 from me.
An 8, yeah. I mean, hold on.
I had an experience with them, and it wasn't very good, and it was pretty sketchy. And I was innocent, and they were still behaved pretty poorly towards me. Put it that way. I was innocent, and I was like, "What's happening?" Anywho, we'll talk about that another day. But I've personally had experience with them that wasn't great. Customer service was lacking in a big way, and essentially funds got taken for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
So Binance, I'd love you to fix that up, and maybe you can fix that with me one day. Now that I've got a bit of a voice, I didn't back then. Things changed, right? And I did. I even told them back then, one day I'm coming for you, mother effers. But look, Binance I've traded on. I never had a bad experience with the trading side of it. It was more the onboarding of funds that vanished. And then actually, I won't even get into it. Let's get back to the story. Yeah.
I mean, we'll find out in 2 days. Yeah. I mean, he could inside a trade on Polymarket because he knows the answer, right?
True. I mean, this is going to be big. I think this might be big, unless Zach XBT is just teasing us. But he's not the sort, I don't think, to do that. He does like to hype it, but he's obviously got something to say. So interested to see what comes out of this. Interested to see how to fix the market. Hopefully heads roll, bro. Hopefully heads roll and clean this shite up. It's annoying to see this sort of stuff, dude. Like, it makes a joke of our industry. It really does. And I know the problem is, not the problem, this happens every day in the rest of the world. It just doesn't. Crypto, I guess because you can track the money in crypto a lot easier. You can find these things out, whereas when other companies are dealing in cash and all this other stuff, it's a bit harder to pin. I mean, look, Westpac got done about 5 years ago for some pretty shady shit, dude, and they had to pay a massive fine, but their profits are so high, they don't care, they don't care. So
banks are
it's not just picking on crypto exchanges here. Banks are shady too. So shout out to Westpac for your shady activity, financing sketchy stuff in Thailand. What are you guys thinking?
There's manipulation. We say this often, Craig. There's manipulation everywhere. Unfortunately, there's manipulation everywhere.
But I don't know, dude. Black Swan, is this the Black Swan?
I mean, we don't know. Look, if it's a big dog, yes. I think I think it's a big dog. If it's something like Meteora with Wealth Creator saying here, like I think it's a nothing burger. I think that's quite a nothing burger outside of like liquidity on Solana, which I mean, I'm bearish on Solana due to price and due to weakness. I don't think Solana it'll struggle to go above $300 in the next 5 years for sure. I don't think it sets new all-time high personally. All right, moving on to the next topic, Craig. Hyperliquid continues to show weakness now, down below $26.5. Actually, right now, live on the show, it's down at 26.3. Craig, everyone was telling me you're an idiot, Greenie. Hyperliquid will never trade back below below $30, let alone $27, $26. And sure enough, it is very much heading down there. And if we do take a live look at the chart, we are coming into some huge weekly
$20,
levels.
$20 coming our way soon.
Yeah, look, I mean, we've got some levels that we need to obviously break through first. So it depends on what happens at these 24, 26 levels. Obviously down at sort of 22 as well. But I mean, I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. But I mean, for me, like a bottom doesn't form. Like this does not look like it's forming a bottom yet. I would like big levels. It needs to either hold this level, and that's our range now. We trade between this sort of range for a long period of time here, sideways. Or if it doesn't hold, if we don't grab this liquidity and show strength and then just wick below and hold this for a long period of time, we definitely trade below $20, guys. And we start trading back towards this weekly order block all the way at $12. And now a lot of people will be shocked because they were buying it at $30. They're buying it at $32. That is over a 60% correction if it does go to 60% to $12. I've seen worse things happen in crypto. Stay patient. We're in a bear market and time capitulation is real.
Yes, sir. No, patience required. I am very interested in this coin. This and Bitcoin on my plays. Patience, dude. Yeah, like you said, even if we get in that $15 to $20 range in there, or could be a range between 12.5 and 15. Even.
Exactly. Like we could wick down there. Like you could have same here. You could have a massive wick down to the downside here, like wick, and then close back up above this level for a long period of time, right?
So 886 for me, man. $15, it would be, I think, pretty good. Yeah. If we go lower, I'll DCA. I think the key here is to DCA slowly. Don't say you got 10 grand on the sidelines. I wouldn't, as soon as you hit a low, I wouldn't play our 10 in.
Yeah.
You know, I think slow entries are the key here to get the best possible price.
100%.
Yep. That's how you do this. In my experience, anyway, that's how I did it. Slow dips, dip your toe in, dip your toe in, dip your toe in. Then there for dumps, you've got a bit more to dip your toe.
Do you want a live example of that?
Yes.
My order book on OKX for Bitcoin.
Yeah. Have you got it up? Ooh. Oh yeah, 40 all the way down to
all the way to 45. All the way to 45. Guys, if you're new here watching, click the like, click the sub. We're live every day. We're giving you unbiased, unemotional, live updates, unscripted updates of market-wide analysis, AI narratives, everything based on price, everything educational. Join us every day. Click sub, click follow. We appreciate you guys tuning in. We're doing well today. Yeah, these are my buy orders, Craig. I open up some more down to 45K. I have opened up some more down to 45K. So
yeah, and that's how you do it, guys. That's how I do it. And also automating it like that is a pretty good way to go. That way, if it dumps overnight, like when Greeny and I are sleeping and you Americans tend to sell off, we get to buy. So from weak hands to strong hands, I suppose. But that is a good way to do it. It means your average buy price should be pretty good. And then when it goes up towards even an all-time high, even if it doesn't hit all-time high from there, maybe it goes up to 100K. If Greeny's buying at 45, it's still a 2x, man. It's still a 2.2x.
Yeah.
Look, is that amazing? Yeah, it's not amazing in crypto, but anywhere else it's pretty good. A 2x on gold's phenomenal, dude.
Yeah. And I mean, we've just seen that over the last couple of years.
It's rare.
It's rare. It's very rare. All right, moving on. AI trading bot accidentally donates $250,000 in meme coins to X user ignites a crypto frenzy. Dude, how lucky would that's like winning? I watched a lady on the hot seat last night just before Survivor started. With 250 grand. I was like, holy, like, well done, congrats, changed her life. Imagine just simply replying to a tweet of an AI meme coin and being sent 250 grand. Like, Craig, that is nuts. It's
I'll just
crazy.
close my account straight away. Like, straight away, X gone, like, nuke it, like, bye-bye. I'd move the money out immediately. Like, see you, suckers. I mean, I don't know what the ramifications are of that.
Well, it'd
like,
just be, yeah.
What happens?
It's like getting sent supply. Basically, they got sent supply. So, an ex-user requested 4 SOL after a tetanus treatment. The bot accidentally transferred its entire holdings instead of the requested small amount. The recipient sold the tokens for approximately 40 grand due to liquidity issues, though the assets were valued at 250,000 at the time of the transfer and later rose to 420,000. So, 40 grand for free. 40 grand for free.
Yeah, I've never been this lucky before. I need to start replying to bots. Give me money. I think we're going to see, I think we're going to see more and more stories like this. I also saw another story go up today about a lady who worked for, which company was it? she gave the bot access to her emails, and it started. What did it start sending out? Passwords or something? Like, I was like, holy! So you've got people in positions of management, or people have got information that's quite sensitive, and they're giving these autonomous bots control of the sensitive information. Now, obviously, we've all been pretty hard on companies like Medicare in Australia. They had a big hack, and a lot of people's data went out. Now we're giving these bots control of our data who actually leak it. Yeah. So this is going to go bad. Like, there's going to be some, because it's not the bots so much, it's the humans that are retarded.
People agree, bro. People agree.
Security, the biggest risk is always the human. Always the human. Security is normally pretty good in most ways. Humans are the ones that F up. E.g., my scam, when I got hacked, I'm the one who clicked the wallet, dude. I clicked the link. My MetaMask didn't click it. I clicked it and I got scammed. So I was the weak point in the security. So yourself as well, when you got scammed, you were the weak point there. It's always the case. It's the humans that make the mistake. So, geez, man, I think we're going to see more and more of this, unfortunately. And yeah.
Well, it's happening in real time with Claudebot. It's literally like these people can start, like, they'll buy a Mac Mini, they'll give it full autonomous access to the laptop. So files, security, email, messages, like banking,
key phrase, even like,
oh dude, it's I want to stay up to date with AI. I would say I'm above average in terms of how to use it effectively, but I want to start automating things, but I'm also so skeptical of connecting or allowing access or like opening it up security. Like, that's such a worry for me. I don't know why other people aren't more worried about this. Like, I would buy a completely new laptop that's completely like got nothing on anything, and that's where I would set it up. I think that would be the way I'd go about it. I would not allow it to do anything that's already been around for a while.
No, and have it connect to an email that's never had an email correspondence with anything to do with passwords, key phrase. So fresh email, fresh wallet, formatted, or brand new laptop with everything new, with no correspondence with anything else. Yeah, dude. I don't know, man. Pretty scary. I mean, I'm sure over time all this stuff will get worked out. The problem is the stuff that happens in between now and working it all out. I'm sure this goes back to the day when computers first, the internet first came around, and people like my dad and myself, I was a bit too young to put sensitive information on, but I'm sure many mistakes were made on the internet when people were first grasping the concept of putting your information on there that is available for everyone to see. I'm sure things happened back then, and people had to go through a learning phase on how to handle the internet. I think that same thing's happening here, but just this happens at a much more rapid rate. And it also has access to, just, if you allow it, to everything. And I'm not sure if the default's everything, but it sounds like it is. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I don't know.
Scary times, man. Scary times.
It is scary times. Great new world, exciting. But with new tech comes new vulnerabilities that we just aren't aware of yet. So I'll let some of you guys pave the way, and then I'll follow in your coattails when things are kind of cleaned up a bit, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's important. Everyone's interested in AI across social media platforms, but crypto Twitter is so heavily focused on vibe coding. It's literally just it's another trend. It's another narrative. It'll die. Trust me, it'll die. Maybe it'll emerge into something new, something bigger in time. But it's CT is the cessfest, and it's cesspool. Sorry, and it's literally like this tiny little thing. It reminds me. I say this often. CT reminds me of college, where you think you're this great personality, you're famous, you've got so much traction. Dude, no one knows who you are. No, you're not famous. You do not have motion in the world, like in life. And if anything, it's probably a waste of time. And if you don't understand that CT is a game and you're not gamifying it in the sense, you're wasting your life away on there for sure. So it's crazy. I would argue not many people out there outside of CT are using this exact Claudebot, Mac Mini, blah, 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 thanks to the influencers who obviously kind of painted that story, right? It is not on my other social medias, and it has a similar algorithm. So it's just fascinating. People get so stuck in the environment that they are a part of. Moving on to the next topic, Trump raises global tariff to 15% after court blocks emergency powers. So Trump has announced that he previously announced that wasn't me. That was the little article. Global tariffs will be hiked from 10% to 15%, effective immediately. Trump unveiled a new global tariff to apply to all countries, not only specific countries, but to all countries on Friday. struck down, as the US Supreme Court struck down that the previous tariffs were illegal. The new tariffs face several legal limitations likely to limit their effectiveness, including a maximum duration of 150 days, a maximum rate of 15%, and limits on which countries they can be imposed on. Dude, get this guy out of the office. I'm sorry. Get him out of the office. He's manipulating the world in so many ways to benefit him and his family only. It's literally that, and his friends.
Yeah. It gets tiresome, doesn't it? It gets a little bit tiresome. I wish he'd put out some more bullish stuff. Rather than controversial all the time. One of the biggest downsides to Trump is he loves a headline. So I think sometimes he says things just to create headlines and maybe doesn't have an intention to follow through, but it creates ripples, unfortunately, for everyday people like us who then go, damn, my shit's getting nuked now. What effect this has on anything, I don't know. Whether this even comes into effect, I don't know. But the market didn't like it. I mean, I think this came out yesterday, and the market did not like this at all. So, no, he is not doing great things for my bag at the bags at the moment. He probably hasn't done anything good for my bags in about a good year, dude. So the only time he did anything good was when he was coming in. Rather than
hype. It is hype, bro. It's hype. Yeah.
It's a hype cycle. And unfortunately, the hype's gone and the air's going out of the balloon. And we are entering a bear market and everyone's going to go Trump, Trump, Trump. Part of the anger stage. Look, I just reckon get it over with. Dump it. Make it. I mean, he might as well make it 50%, man, and nuke the market. Let's just get it done. Sooner the better now. But yeah, I think this stuff isn't going to push the market into a bear when it was in a bull if it was never going to a bear. It just speeds up, as you and me have spoken about, it just speeds up the acceleration to the lows we would have seen anyway. Perhaps we see a slightly lower low, but I don't think it's not like I thought the bear market was going to go to 60K. Now it's going to go to 40K because of this. That's not, I don't think that's how this works. But he's definitely pushing the snowball or whatever fast. Maybe he's helping us get to a bottom, Greenie. Maybe this is all part of his plan. Maybe he is helping it. No, I'm joking, but
I mean, he probably has a lot of different incentives, right? He probably has a range of different incentives.
I mean, he's probably got pretty big bags to buy Bitcoin. Maybe he wants us to dump so he can buy that reserve bag. I don't know, but I don't think that's the case, unfortunately, as much as I'd love to believe what I just said. I just think he loves a headline. That's the way he operates. He's operated like that in business. You know, it was probably pretty silly to think he'd operate any other way in the big chair. But shucks, you just think sometimes when prices starting to head north, you just think, geez, can you just maybe pipe down for about a month or two? But he can't help himself. He runs on headlines and that sort of energy.
Power. It's all about power. And obviously financial incentives. All right, last topic of today. Bitcoin slides 5%, tumbling below 65,000 as well. Selling continues to grow, and recent buyers lock in losses. Now, I'm officially down below my average cost basis, which is around 65-ish. So again, like I said, I've got limit orders from 63 onwards, so I'm not too worried at all. Playing a long-term game. And like you said earlier, Craig, I'm happy to hopefully get my buy orders to the low 40s and mid 40s. It would be fantastic. And I've got more cash if I need it. Over on the side, it was a certain portion of my port, and I think I'd get, if they all hit, I'd be close to 0.5 of a Bitcoin. So I'd be pretty happy with that, just with that small allocation. But yeah, as you said, like the market didn't respond well to obviously the tariff information. Losses realized by recent Bitcoin buyers have eased from roughly 1.2 billion to 480 million per day, signaling that panic selling is cooling, but that bottom building phase may still be underway. I would argue it's going to take months and months and months, guys. You need to be aware of that bear markets take a long time. Like we said at the start of the show, go back and watch it if you're only just seeing now. I literally tell you when I think Bitcoin's going to bottom earlier in the show. So go back and watch that as well. Craig, like it looks like we want to break below 60K very soon again. Like we spent a little bit of time oscillating here after a very much volatile move to the downside at the start of the month, which we caught live on stream. We were live on stream when Bitcoin hit 59K. So go back and watch that episode a few weeks ago as well. But what do you think, Craig? There's just so much weakness out there, man. Like if you look at all these charts, there's just so much weakness. Like even these little low time frame bounces are just getting absolute. 911 says, oh no, he says 243 viewers in a bear market cap. I agree, bro. Let's get the viewers back.
Good. I was just looking at Market Mates before. Our Market Mates account has over 100, which is nice to see, guys. So thanks for giving that a follow. It's because sometimes, obviously, it's Greenie and my account that lead the charge, but it's good to see the account we're trying to, I guess, push for. Like, give Market Mates a follow, everyone, actually, if you could.
Yeah, go to Twitter,
follow there, because we're building in the bear. We're trying to bring you guys value every day, even when it sucks to turn up and talk about price. And I hope you guys, I just hope you guys appreciate that. And if you do, please hit follow, because it is tough to build in the bear, but we're not going anywhere and we'll continue to. But if you could support us, we will support you with as much as we can with, price-based analysis, all those sorts of things, maybe even some giveaways. I will give away a couple of NFTs. I said I'll give away a dudes it'll be our Thursday, Greenie, so on Wednesday I'll give away a dudes. And then I've got some other stuff to give away during the week. So, that's just a little way of giving back. I know it's not worth, some people thought I was giving away Bitcoin. I'm not, unfortunately. I'm not giving away Bitcoin just yet. And if I was giving away Bitcoin, I'd probably need to see Market Mates account at about 100K followers. So if you guys can get us there, maybe I'll consider it. Actually, no, I won't. 500,000. But no, we're here to support you. And hopefully the information we're giving you guys, as much as probably it's hard to hear and it's not what you want to hear, it's like eating your vegetables. You have to do it.
It's real.
Yeah, got to eat your veggies, guys. You may not like the taste sometimes, but if you want to avoid scurvy, get those fruit and veggies in you. So I don't know if that worked very well, that analogy, but I'll take it. But look, yeah, hopefully people support us. Great to see that. Even, bro, do you know what I'm excited to see? YouTube, dude. YouTube is, I've got the most views we've ever got on there. It's 20 viewers right now.
Yeah, guys. Smash the follow, smash the like, the like button. We're live every day. Comment on the YouTube videos. Comment, guys. Let us know that you're here. Ask us questions. We engage with chat. We reply to chat, and we give you educated, unbiased takes every day. All right,
if you want us to mock the chart, put a CA up, and we'll give you chart shit. Because I doubt it's going to look good.
So I can't copy the CA, so you need to write the chart. I mean. We're not looking at meme coins. I am not buying an altcoin or a meme coin for months. I'm not touching it till maybe Q3, maybe Q4 this year, guys. We have ample time. One of our friends was DMing us yesterday saying Greenie, Pengu's in a really good spot. I said, no, brother. It's not in a good spot. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. His comparison was, it's the same as April 25, sorry. And I was like, no. Different market conditions.
Man, last year, April, I was bullish, brother.
Yeah, exactly. Time was on our side. Liquidity was good. On-chain volume was still high. Sentiment was okay. Bitcoin went on to make new all-time highs. It was an opportunity in a bull cycle with very different market conditions now. Very different. Geep says, it is what I want to hear. Lower BTC buy orders going in. Let's go, Geep. Love to see it.
That's the way you got to think, guys.
Yeah, exactly. Bear market's opportunity. And Craig, me and you made the most money coming out of a bear market. I turned my 4 figures into 7+ figures because of the bear market, not because of the bull market. It's because you were positioned in a bear market. So I get so excited for the months ahead in 2026.
I just hope we can replicate it, which I've no doubt we can. I mean, if we turn up and stream every day, the good thing about our job is that you have to turn up, because if I don't turn up, there's no stream. And you have to have your finger on the pulse. And that's where you and I excel. And we're actual traders. There's a lot of commentators on the timeline. A lot of commentators who say, see, told you, look at this, look at that. That doesn't really help. It's people that turn up every day and do technical analysis and price-based entries and exits, not financial advice. Obviously, we can't do that. But I can tell you guys what I'm doing and why. And it's worked so far, and it's worked better and better and better the more I focus. You know what? I put up a post today. Focus on charts, not feelings. And I cannot stress that enough, guys. Please learn charts, learn TA. It will. I'm going to say it's almost like, this is going to sound super cheesy, dude. It's like finding God. It gives you peace. It really does. It gives me a lot of peace. And I know in the 21 bull run, I wasn't doing a lot of TA, and it was like being in the dark without a flashlight, dude. I'm like, I need Bitcoin to hit 100K. I'm not selling. It didn't hit 100K. And if I just followed TA, I would have seen the top was in. I got 2 chances to exit, dude, in 21. And guess who took neither exit? Me. So I decided at that point, I either leave or learn. I decided to learn, and I made good money. So you guys, I'm not a retard, but I'm not a genius. So if I can do it, I like to think most of you can too. So there is hope. There is hope. If I can do it, Anyone can do it. You just have to apply yourself. That's the hard part.
100%. I mean, our rap sheet is becoming unstoppable over the last 3 years. I promise there is not a live show that, look, other live shows are different. They might be news-based, they might be, but we literally, like, if you want a trading live show that is live every day, gives you, and the difference from us is we educate you and we prepare. We are telling you things that are about to happen or are going to happen, as always, not financial advice. Yeah, years in advance, months in advance, weeks in advance, Hyperliquid. So many people. Okay, we spoke about this earlier in the show. Greeny, you're an idiot. Hyperliquid's going to $40. This is at $36. Hyperliquid, I'm buying so much Hyperliquid at $32. Well, you're an idiot, mate, because it's down at $26 all of a sudden 2 weeks later, because in a bear market, if something outperforms, it's going to outperform when everything else corrects, okay, because it showed strength during that period of time. These are lessons we can't teach you unless you're tuning in live every single day. And the beautiful part is, because our job requires us to be so on the pulse, be looking at what price action is, because I want to make money, you want to make money, then you guys get literally free access to our knowledge. So again, smash a sub, smash a like. We very much appreciate it. And if you do want to support us a little bit more, you can pay a sub on Kick, or you can donate on YouTube, guys. You can send us a little gift on YouTube. And again, it very much appreciate that. Like, it's our full-time job to do this. We actually have no sponsors right now. So we're doing this for literally free and our love. Like,
I'm a free agent, Greeny. I'm a free agent.
Shout out to OKX and Yeet for partnering with us. But as always, they head into bear market conditions and their approach to marketing changes as well, right? So, hey, no disrespect there. They've got to go their own way as a business, right? So, yeah, we're looking for sponsors, and we do this every day. So I hope you guys really appreciate it.
Yeah, I've totally forgot what I was going to say. Damn it. I had a good outro there, and I've completely gone fucking blank. Damn it.
Okay, last one. I'm still, like we've spoken about previously, Craig, I want to see these wallets get to around 60%. Okay, 60% in unrealized profit. Or percentage of profit, right? So somewhere down here, which would say probably price needs to come down a little bit further, low 50s, probably high 40s. And then that's pretty much on par with what we've seen previously, where 16%, 30%, 40%, 50%, I would say 55 to 60%, sort of in this region over here of Bitcoin wallets in profit. That is where I start to see real value. Again, guys, like, and Craig said, technical analysis is great, but I'll take you one step further. Join us in GTG, and I'll tell you why you should learn fundamental analysis as well as technical analysis, okay? I've literally designed a GTG framework that is 4 steps, very simple to understand, takes years to master, but a 4-step framework that you can learn inside GTG that will tell you all the secrets, all my knowledge, all my experience in a very simple and concise visual and written way. So highly recommend checking out GTG, guys, gtg.education, or I think the link's down below. You can join us as well. So again, we have such a good track record. You can go back and watch all of our live streams. I actually tuned into a live stream. I know you got to go, sorry.
Hey, you're all right. We've got a few minutes. That's fine.
Okay, cool. I tuned in to a live stream of before I traveled in early 2024. And it's crazy. Solana was hitting $100 for the first time. We were talking about NFTs like thriving. Ordinals were doing okay.
So euphoric.
Oh, dude. I mean, that's at the start of the bull cycle. So I cannot wait. That'll probably be, I think, next year is probably that sort of same stage. We're early. I'm not going to say we're early to a bear market. I think we're going through a bear market, but the reaccumulation period that I spoke about earlier in the show will be quite extended in 2026, probably into 2027.
I think the great thing now with you and me having streamed 2-3 years now, is it are we at 2 or 3 years, Greeny?
We're up at 3. We're at 3 years in December, November later this year. Yeah.
The good thing is we've got receipts now.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm really proud of, because a lot of people can say, I called this, I called that, I called this meme coin. You and I need to do this, but it's going to take a lot of work, is make a montage of the calls just to show people, not to brag, but I like having receipts, because that's what separates us, I think, from a lot of other influencers, is that they might have hit this, they might have hit that, they might have hit that. But you and I, if we go through a receipt list, and this might be boring for the viewers, like, are you pulling each other off? Well, you kind of have to just, at some point, you've got to be able to say, oh, we kicked ass.
That's the proof. Where's the evidence? Yeah, yeah.
So I'm actually really proud of us. I'm proud we turned up through the bad times back in 22, 23. I'm proud we rode, and we did it with integrity, dude. We didn't sell our brand. We didn't partner with the slop out there. OKX, fantastic platform, fantastic. And they're not paying me to say that, guys. They're really not. I think they're fantastic. Yeet, great product.
Look at these.
Wow, look at my beard, dude.
This is back in 2023, guys. Way back. Yeah.
Oh my God. Back when we were using Bull-X probably and stuff.
Oh, look at the beard there after traveling for a while as well. Yeah, crazy, bro.
I had my puppet in the background. Look how sloppy the stream looks too. The backgrounds.
Oh, dude, we've improved so much in quality. It's so good. It's so good. As you would hope so, right? It's so good. So
look at
you can literally go to my YouTube channel, go to our streams, and you can literally go back and vet what we're talking about way back in 2022.
No videos, bro. They're all there. I've deleted.
No, they're all there. Yeah.
So if you want to back test, go for gold. There's plenty. If you back test, you'll be like, oh, okay, these guys aren't too bad. No, super proud of the stream. I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you appreciate what we tell you. It's not always the nicest thing to talk about bear markets. I'd rather be saying we're going to the effing moon, but it's not going to help you. It's not going to help me. So yeah, stick with us, guys. I think we're in for the opportunity ahead is so big. It's way like, and I've said this a few times. Greg, if you want to share YouTube there.
I did. It's in the chat.
Sorry. The time to tune in was not so much at all-time high, and I just want to correct myself a little bit there. I said we don't provide much value at all-time highs. I take that back. We do. We told you to sell. Well, I told you I was selling at all-time highs. So did Greenie. We scaled out. That was the value we provided all-time high, was when we were exiting. Now, for new people listening to the channel, that probably wasn't much value because they weren't in Bitcoin. So they're probably like, well, that doesn't help me. The good news now is during this bear market, everyone gets value who tunes in, everybody. Whereas at the top, only people who are holding had value, not new buyers. So the great news is for the new people in the room, you're going to get massive value from us, I think, because you're in the same position as us. Where are we buying? I'm not financial advice. I'm not going to tell you when to buy. I'm going to tell you when I'm buying. Greeny's going to tell you when he's buying. But we're not just going to tell you when we're buying. We're going to tell you why we're buying. And if you guys can come on here, argue with us, honestly, don't feel bad to call us out. Don't feel bad to say you disagree, because I might be missing something. You know what I mean? I'm not perfect. Neither's Greeny. We'll learn with you. But we've got a track record. Hopefully it continues. I don't see why it wouldn't. Let's go. I'm excited, dude. I'm pumped. And it may take a little bit of time to see those results start to occur, but I'm going to plant some seeds, man. I'm ready to harvest in 27, 28, dude. So hang in there, stay positive. And I would say getting excited now. You should be getting excited now. Now's when you get excited. Not a Bitcoin at 126, man. That was like I was like a cat on a hot tin roof. I felt uncomfortable, man, because I'm like, where's the top? You're so blind at the top. There's no fib levels. Well, there is, but there's no historical price data there. Now there is. Now we have historical price action that we can actually more accurately predict. And it's just predictions, guys. We can't see the future, but so far the predictions have been pretty good, dude. Pretty good. I mean, we were calling a bear before. I don't know, before most, before 99%, I'll say.
Yeah. Luckily, wait. I mean, I'm on stream with GTG and price is 115,000. I'm saying, I'm bearish here. I'm cautious here, guys. Like, I think we're very overextended. We're exhausted. Yeah. So you can go back and watch them. So, I mean, the thumbnails more recently have been great. Thanks to AI. Gotta love it.
Today's one is a ripper. Look at me. Should I look handsome?
Dude, you actually look today's on mine.
I look right. You look right. You know. I look concerned, though. I know I am concerned.
My wife hit me up yesterday. And said, this one doesn't look like me. This one over here. I was like, are you serious? That one looks way better than this one. So, gotta love it. Hey, we're experimenting with AI. We're live every day. If you guys appreciate it, smash the sub, smash the follow. Thanks for tuning in with us, guys. Live 6 p.m. Eastern Standard, 9 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard, giving away the NFT tomorrow. I think it is Craig that he's giving away. But thanks for tuning in today, guys. Have a lovely day, and we will be back again tomorrow.